So hello everyone, please like and subscribe my YouTube channel Dream Big. Welcome to all. It's prepared by myself Vedprakash Mallick, class 9th, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya Jagatsinghpur, subject mathematics, topic lines and angles, guided by Mrs. Pramila Sam TGT Mathematics of our school. Then in this chapter we learn about introduction, basic terms and definition, intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines, perpendicular lines, angles, types of angles, parallel lines and transversal. Introduction. In our daily life we see different types of angles formed between the edges of plane surface. For making a similar kind of model using the plane surface, we need to have a thorough knowledge of angles. In science, we study the properties of light by drawing the ray diagrams. For example, to study the refraction property of light, when it enters from one medium to other medium, we see the properties of intersecting lines and parallel lines. Lines. A straight path extending in both directions with no endpoint is called lines. Line segment. A part of a line that includes two points called endpoints and all the points between them is called line segment. Ray. A part of a line with one endpoint that continues without end in one direction is called ray. Intersecting lines. Lines that cross each other is called intersecting lines, and lines that never cross each other and they are always parallel to each other are called non-intersecting lines. Then perpendicular lines. Two lines that intersect each other to form a right angle are called perpendicular lines. Angles. Angle is formed when two rays originate from the same endpoint. The rays making an angle are called the arms of the angle and the end point is called the vertex of the angle. There are many types of angles such as acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle, adjacent angle and linear pair of angles. Acute angle. An angle whose measure is more than 0 degree but less than 90 degree is called acute angle. These are the examples of acute angles. Right angle. An angle whose measure is equal to 90 degree is called a right angle. Example of right angles. An obtuse angle. An angle whose measure is less than 180 degree but more than 90 degree is called an obtuse angle. So these are the examples of obtuse angle. Straight angle. An angle whose measure is equal to 180 degree is called straight angle. So these are the examples of straight angle. Reflex angle. An angle whose measure is more than 180 degree but less than 360 degree is called reflex angle. So these are the pictures of examples of reflex angle. Adjacent angles. Angles which have one common arm and a common vertex and the uncommon arms are opposite to each other are called adjacent angles. These are the examples of adjacent angles in our daily life. Linear pair of angles. Angles formed by a line intersecting a straight line is called a linear pair. These are the examples of linear pair. Vertically opposite angle. Angles formed by two intersecting lines such that the opposite angles are equal are called vertically opposite angle. So these are the examples of vertically opposite angle. Then parallel lines. Parallel lines are the lines that remain the same distance apart over their entire length. No matter how far we extend them, they will never meet. Transversal. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more parallel lines at different ways. There are some pair of angles formed when a transversal intersects two lines such as corresponding angles alternative angles, alternative interior angles and alternative exterior angles, interior angles on the same sides of the transversal. Then corresponding angles. These are two lines named M and N, and T is the transversal. So the corresponding angles are angle 1 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 7, angle 2 and angle 6, angle 4 and angle 8. Then alternative interior angles. There are also two lines and two parallel lines, and one is the transversal. So angles 3 and 5 are alternative interior angles, and angle 4 and angle 6 are alternative interior angles. Then alternative exterior angles. Two parallel lines are there and one is transversal. So angle 2 and angle 8 are alternative exterior angles, and angle 1 and angle 7 are alternative exterior angles. Here is interior angles on the same sides of the transversal. Here is two parallel lines and one is transversal. So here, if L1 parallel to L2, then A plus B is equal to 180 degree. So these are the interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So thank you all for watching my video.